Okay, my friends, it's time to talk a year in 30 days wrap up. We are done. We've been done. It is like 2 months later, and I can tell you that it was such a whirlwind. I'm still riding the momentum of it. And in a nutshell, would I recommend it? Yes, if it's not stressful for you. I would not recommend anything where you have to like force yourself or think about jeopardizing your health to get things done, because action here is supposed to be enjoyed. Now, I know that's not a universal theme, but I think we're here to enjoy ourselves. And in fact, my recently departed friend was amazingly explaining, like, what is the difference between when you're here, when you're non-physical, like what's the point of having a body? I'm going to insert that clip right here because it was so incredible and really sums up where I stand on this project. So here is her. Well, here is me channeling her.
Now that she's non-physical, she understands that like the moving of the body, usage of the body is so limiting. So talking to one person, writing something down, sending an email, like that stuff is the most limiting thing we can do. She's like, now it's so much clearer that the body stuff, the in-person, the in-the-moment stuff you're doing with your personality self is really, really, really only meant to be the allowing mechanism. It's meant to be the thing that you use to enjoy your experience. That's what lets in the worker bees that you have, the non-physical, gigantic being that you are. It lets that do the work. You're punching in the workers when you are enjoying yourself. You're letting everything happen. You're showing up to work when you are enjoying yourself. So when you are taking care of you, everything else takes care of itself.
So, what did we get done? We knocked off 19 things. We have 9 left, and some of which are in progress. And we completed 19 completely, which was amazing. It's really more than I expected. I learned a lot more about myself doing this. I learned, actually, I heard someone say this today, that if you're feeling bored with something, like get in there, lean in, participate, because the more invested you are in something, the more you participate with it, the more you're gonna care about it, which is so resonant for me. I just had all these straggling beliefs about the work I was doing and different things, and actually sitting down and getting into all these projects that I started out of a place of love and inspiration, it brought those feelings back and it really helped me. I've kind of come to this idea that creating a business is still a creation. It's still have all the rules of when you're doing your art, right? It's a free-flowing environment. It's amorphous, it's changeable, it's there for your pleasure and your enjoyment, and you should want to show up to it. So keeping all of that in mind, like living from the inside out, has really helped me. And I'm still altering my current work schedule based on what I learned during the whole process. Just at the beginning of this week, I actually had this thought of like, okay, so the projects are piling up again. I have a lot going on, which will never change, I'm sure. But I need to approach it differently because I'm starting to feel a little less relaxed in it. And so I decided, okay, instead of having a task that I sit down to do, I'm just going to show up at my desk and let my higher self be my project manager and guide me completely. So I'm not even going to, like do my morning routine and then get to work when okay, what do I need to do today? Of course I have lists and stuff, but I'm not going to know what I'm doing that day unless I have a client or a meeting or something. But it's just this smallest little change of like, okay, I'm only going to sit down when I know what I want to do, to I'm sitting down and I'm letting the inspiration come from there. I hear a lot of professional writers say this too, even though I'm applying this to more than just writing. It's like you have to sit down for the inspiration to come. Don't just go sit down when you have the inspiration. And I can tell you that for me, this is really working out. I'm loving it. It is so much fun. And I'm doing things that are really enjoyable for me and that maybe I wouldn't have had the space for. You know what I mean? Like if I'm just going about my day, even if I've meditated and aligned, like I'm still filling my time with something other than that. But now I'm making space for that to come in on purpose. So just a tiny little switch of how I'm working, and I'm loving it. It is amazing. So I've had a whole week of that, which is actually why I'm filming this video for you. This video is not on one of my lists, but it has been on my mind. What do I have left? I mean, mostly what I figured I would have left, like the big stuff. Writing a book, writing several books actually, my screenwriting stuff. You know, I've been working on it a little bit. I've been learning about how to improve that stuff, so it's all in progress. I haven't updated my LinkedIn yet, but I did read a few books that have like helped me put better words to what I do so that I can update my LinkedIn. I just haven't done it yet. So all the things on that list that are relevant, which, you know, I crossed off 2 that were not relevant, that were like catch-up vlogs from January. Anyway, I got a lot done, a lot more than I thought I could. And it's not just about the getting things done that was worthwhile. It's again, how it changed me. And that was a very rewarding process. So if you're thinking about doing this, go for it. Let me know how it goes. If you want to make your own year in 30 days challenge, it's really easy. You can just start with a list, write down all the open projects that you have, all the to-dos that you haven't gotten to yet that you can think of, and leave yourself space because you're probably going to think of more. And then if you want to, you can make yourself a little calendar of 30 days. I made 31. And just write the number of the day in there because mine spanned 2 months. So this isn't like 1 month. I have the months listed over here. And the year I color coordinated at the beginning and then forgot to use that key here. I also wrote the title incorrectly, so you can do a better job than me. The list is really the thing that made this organized, and this part was all about that dopamine hit of like getting to write a little dot in the date. I also made a spreadsheet so that I could mark tasks completed, and that gave me another thing to do when I was done with something. It just reinforces that positive behavior of like, okay, crossing it off, putting a dot, checking the completed status on my spreadsheet. And that's it. If this motivates you, if this excites you, if this inspires you, then definitely try it out because you're going to get a lot more than just completed tasks. And thank you for watching. Bye for now. Lots of love.